Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. I hope your Saturday is off to a great start. Going to be a beautiful weekend here in the mid-Michigan area. Sunshine, albeit a little warm for the end of September, but what the heck? This is our third false summer, or is it the equivalent of, I don't know. I'm losing track here. It's Michigan. It's the weather. We're lucky it's not snowing yet, but I would not be offended by that in any way, shape, or form, unlike some of you. But it's going to be a nice day to get out there. A little cloudy right now, but I think it's going to be a decent one for the rest of the day. So make sure you get out and do something fun while we got the weather to do so with. So let's see here. Wow, a lot of you waiting this morning to say hi. Always good to see. We've got a few announcements to make and some new records to get to. So we'll get to all of that in just a moment. But let's say hi to those of you who are giving up a short segment of your Saturday morning to be here. Again, much appreciated as always. Let's go through this list. Holy cow, look at all of you. Paul, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Fred on the west side, good morning. Thank you. Rover's Den, good morning to you as well. TC from TKR Video Central. Good stuff heading your way. I've got a package going out to you later, TC. Thank you. Gerard saying good morning, as well as Dan. Good Saturday morning to you, sir. Mike, hello, and thank you for being here. I see a FedEx truck. I wonder if that's for us. It would be just like that when I'm live to have FedEx come in. If that's the case, I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back because I kind of sort of need this shipment that was supposed to be here yesterday. You know how it is. Chuck, good morning. See you later today as well. And as well, happy Saturday. Looks like he's coming. You guys wait right there. Hi there.
How's it going?
Good. For Jim?
Uh,
Yep. Radio Wasteland.
yep.
Gotcha.
You guys here, so if I could just get a Screwball and then a last name.
Gleason.
All right, we're all set.
Yep, thanks.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. Yeah, that's how it works. Apologies, everyone. Sorry about that. But if I turned away FedEx now, they would hold it till next Monday. In other news, the Spin Clean refills are here. For those of you who'd wanted some more Spin Clean stuff. Now, how do you know that this is live every Saturday? That's how you know it's live, because I had to go open the door for FedEx to bring stuff in. All right, back at it here. Karen, good morning to you. You know, I used to do live TV a lot, folks, and this, yeah, it happens. It happens, but it's always fun regardless. Oh, so good morning, Karen. Robert from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for being here. And he says hi to all of you here on the U.S. side. Lee Page, good morning from Farmersville, Ohio. Rover's Den saying amen on that. Betty from Toledo, sunny down there. Good to hear. Lib, good morning from Cario. Am I saying that right? Cario, West Virginia. Very cool. Yeah, only on live television. Commerce in action. Yeah, I've learned not to turn away the FedEx stuff because when it shows, it'll get lost in limbo. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, the Spin Clean stuff is here. It was supposed to be here yesterday. Got it now. So for those of you who've been waiting for a refill on Spin Clean stuff, I'll have them opened here in a short bit. Okay, big announcement. I hinted at this last week, and I couldn't say anything because reasons. For reasons that I will cover in the podcast tomorrow with Steve, because I've got attitude over it, but I'm all right, whatever the case. I'm talking about Taylor Swift's new album. It is being released next week. I will have some more details on this on the new release show later on this afternoon. Almost have to cover it because it tends to be a huge phenomenon. This one is on orange glitter vinyl, and I also have some I have some opinions on glitter vinyl as well. We'll cover that in the podcast with Steve tomorrow as well, but we'll talk about that. But just a note for those of you who want this new Taylor Swift, it is Life of a Showgirl. It's on orange glitter vinyl. They call it Sweat and something or other. Hope it's not smelly vinyl. You need to let me know because as with any Taylor Swift release, we're kind of taking everything. We've got what I would like to think is an ample supply coming to handle the Swifties, but your best bet, if you need one, if you want one, you got to let me know because that way I can hold one for you. And I'm not sure if we can get them or if they're going to make us wait another week or two if this batch runs out. But I do have what I do believe to be an ample supply coming. But again, if you need one, let me know. So we'll hold on to it. And again, for For your more, again, I need to kind of just temper myself a little bit here, but I'll talk about this in a lot more detail and what we had to do to lead up to this release announcement this week for Taylor Swift on our podcast, you guys talking about records, because it's not cool. But again, it's her world. She allows us to exist here, so we'll just kind of deal with it from there. But that'll happen tomorrow night. Okay. Man, FedEx got me all off track here. Let's see what else do we have going on. Oh, the Rocktober stuff. Now, this may or may not be tied to the Taylor Swift release, but it was really kind of a short announcement run, meaning that we couldn't announce it, the Taylor Swift vinyl for our stores until Monday of this week. And the Rocktober list had been out for, well, a little while now. And as they do each year, they have kind of pushed that back. Hear the door ding again. They pushed back a lot of the releases from the early part of October to mid-October to late October. Typically, they'll do that in case there are some production delays or shipping delays or something of that nature. And I would just maybe venture a guess, but I can't say for certain, that this year's Rocktober list, a lot of titles have been pushed back. In fact, there's only 2 coming out next week, the Deep Purple and the Sex Pistols. And does this have anything to do with the short announcement run of the Taylor Swift stuff coming up? I don't know. Coincidences happen. That's how it works. But we'll cover the Rocktober releases as well coming up in our new release show later on today. I think I've got attitude today. I'm going to go over here. By the way, the dude is here all day today with me. He'll be hanging out, providing that much needed Labrador therapy session for those of you that want to come by and say hi. He loves the pets. But yeah, dude's hanging out all day. Blue is jumping with Kim. So dude's here hanging with me. Okay, let's get to a few of the releases now that I've covered that. As I look at my time, I think we're doing all right. In the store from this week's drop, the new releases and reissues, a lot of those. If you haven't had a chance, go back and watch the drop video from yesterday. It was Picture Disc Palooza, and there still is a few good ones left. But yeah, we put out a lot of picture discs. After talking about them last week on the podcast with Steve, we did get some out there. Topping the list of new releases this week is the new one from Robert Plant. It's called Saving Grace, with Susie Dion as a guest on this one as well. I've only listened to a couple of cuts of this online, haven't cracked one open because this is the last one I've got in stock. So I need to get more before I can see if there's a play copy that we'll have. But from what I've heard, it's decent. Robert Plant, old guy rock. So if you've got this, great. Let me know what you think. But I'll listen to the full thing here eventually, but when we get past the release date. One copy of this left for the weekend on colored vinyl. If you need it, stop by or call. I should be able to get more, but I don't know the run of the colored vinyl, whether or not we're going to run out of that and only have black vinyl available. But Saving Grace, the new one from Robert Plant. Other reissues from this week include a newly remastered mono version. This gets kicked out every year or so. Odyssey and Oracle from the Zombies. They're a big one time of the season. OGs on this are hard to find, but good if you can. This one is on Orchid colored vinyl, indie exclusive. And as mentioned, it is a newly remastered mono mix of Odyssey and Oracle for those of you who like to mix and match your stereophonic versus mono. A couple of jazz reissues as well. Monk's Dream. This one, blue colored vinyl from Thelonious Monk's Quartet. This is the great one from him. So great, in fact, I brought my OG from home so we can listen to this weekend here in the store. If you are curious and you want to get into some Monk, we do have that. And yeah, I do have an OG, which is very cool to find. Coltrane also reissued recently. A Love Supreme. They do this again as well. This is a mono edition celebrating 60 years. I think I put the price tag on the wrong side. So Love Supreme from John Coltrane, celebrating, the mono mix available for the first time in over 50 years, faithfully mastered from the original analog tapes. So they do a good job with these Impulse remasters. So we got one of these in stock from Coltrane with the price tag on the wrong side. Recent releases that I've finally got or have restocked. The Thin Lizzy Black Rose, a rock legend. This one from Friday Music. So I forget if this is on a colored vinyl or not. I think it might be, but we've got one copy of that left. Finally managed to get a copy of The Descendants and Milo Goes to College. It got delayed to us. This is the Gray Matter colored vinyl version. I did put out a used vintage copy, but it was an early 2000s copy, 2010, I think, which still is a pricey one from The Descendants. Not as pricey or as valuable as the original from the early 80s, sorry, 82. But the gray matter one, we'll have one of these open for quality control purposes shortly here in the store this week. Other restocks, the emails I can't send, the forward FWD version from Sabrina Carpenter. This has got a couple of extra cuts on it for you Sabrina Carpenter fans. Also restocked a copy of Short and Sweet. I think it's on blue vinyl. We'll check on that. And then just a couple of other notes. We did get some restocks of Mumford & Sons, an anniversary of Babel on white vinyl, and then another copy of Sigh No More. Those guys are on the shelves as well. And then in one oddity, here's an interesting one. Let's see. I am able to get a hold of these Super 7 action figures. I know a lot of record stores carry these. I don't, but I can get a hold of them. I had a chance to order one for a customer, so I just got a second one for the store just to see if anybody wants one of the Dimebag Darrell reaction action figures that you got to leave in the package and can't play with to keep their value. But if anybody ever wants any of those, let me know. I can order them from our distributors. Some of them are really limited and they're hard to get a hold of, and I've got a few customers that I get them for on a regular basis when I can get them. So, but if you need them, let me know. We'll see what's out there, and we can get a hold of some of them for you. Let's see. Going back to the YouTube comment side of things. What else do we have chiming in? Ann saying, hi, dude. Yep. And dude's hanging. Doogie, Gary, and crew, good morning to you. And Rovin's Den, it's Soupy Sales at the door. I was just talking about Soupy Sales a couple days ago, actually, or yesterday, maybe have been. I was in reference to the super group Tin Machine with David Bowie. In that group with David Bowie is a couple of fellas named Hunt and Tony Sales, which are Soupy Sales kids who went into music and had different groups that they were in of their own. So, okay, oddball trivia that's stored up here. No reason why. Okay, I think I have covered most everything I need to cover, except I just found my note. That Taylor Swift album, by the way, for those of you who are curious, her new one, looks like it's going to list for $38. So we'll have that and more on our new release show coming up here in a little bit. And we'll go from there. Scott says, hell yeah, reaction, Scott. In fact, I think I may tell you that one. You know where it's going. Jeff T, good morning to you as well. Okay, folks, it's been a wild ride this morning, and I think I need to get some stuff spinning on the table, give Dude a treat, and get ourselves open for the day. We are just north of downtown Midland at 716 George Street, a few blocks away from Dow Diamond et al. Stop by and see us. I think there's a lot going on downtown this week as well. I don't know if they still have the downtown streets closed off for the live music, but I think tonight might be the last night for that going on. The Antiques Festival is going on the north side of town. It's always a crazy time out there. So it's a good time to stay on this side of the town, which is what I always say if you're not going to the Antique Fest. But anyhow, I'm here until 4 p.m. today. Gerard, looking for that Monk album. Gotcha. So from now until 4 p.m. today, we'll be open Saturday, and then tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. as well. Don't forget the new release show coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. And don't forget the podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records, with my good buddy Steve Carlson coming up on Sunday evening. This week's topic on the podcast, Steve and I are talking about garage rock. And then just as a teaser, for those of you who have hung out this long, you made it to the end of the live, I am expecting the Record Store Day Black Friday list sometime in the next week. I can't say for certain. They could fool me on that, but probably by Wednesday or Thursday of next week, we should have a Record Store Day Black Friday list. And when that happens, I'll drop it onto our socials. The link to that, I'll put that out there, and then Steve and I will cover it in depth on the following episode of Two Guys. So it's coming. Fall is here. I've told you that before. Record Store Day Black Friday in the offing, right on the heels of Rocktober, and all hail Taylor Swift and her new release. So we'll get there on there. All right, folks. I'll have a great Saturday. I hope to see you. Otherwise, we will talk to you live next week from Radio Wasteland Records. As always, thank you so much for being here.